Hello friends, welcome to the channel. If today is your first time visiting with us, we want to extend you a very warm welcome and invite you to review our over 360 videos, as we're very confident you're going to find something that will be both useful and entertaining. If you've been here before but you have not subscribed, do subscribe, it really helps us a lot. If today is your birthday, we want to extend you a very happy birthday. So stick around and see what we're going to discuss today. A few months ago, actually I think it was about 6 months ago or so, I'm going to link the video up here. We saw you a video of installing this faucet in our kitchen because our old faucet, which was also not very old actually, failed and was the genesis of us buying a water treatment system for our house. What unfortunately happened, however, is that this also failed, and it failed in a way that it made the faucet unusable. It failed right here, and we tried to temporarily fix it to use it, but that didn't work. So we went to the do-it-yourselfer method of repair, which is clamp the hose.
So you want to tell them more specifically how it failed, what it did?
Yes, I mean this area here developed a bubble, even though this is, as you can see, supposed to be protected for that, right? Nevertheless, it developed a bubble, and less than 24 hours after the bubble developed, the bubble bursts.
Which is exactly what happened on the old one. The way the line burst is that it developed the bubble and then the inner...
But that was down there.
Yeah, it was underneath, and so we didn't see it, but essentially it's the same.
Right, but at least on this one we saw it.
Yeah, on this one it's the side sprayer.
And the problem with that is the way these are designed. When there is flow of water here, there is no flow of water in the main faucet, which even if we were to put this here and let it start running a little bit, we could not use the faucet. Mm-hmm. The faucet became completely useless.
And if you were trying to run water to the main faucet and even not use the sprayer, it was spraying out anyway where the failure was.
Yeah, but I mean, we could have cut it and just control it, but still it was impossible unless you actually did what we did, and that was to restrict the flow of water.
Right.
So what is the moral of the story? Is there a moral in this story?
I don't think I can say that.
It is disappointing, and the moral of the story is that we save money by doing the installation ourselves and not have a plumber. And we're going to save money again because we're going to somehow deal with it ourselves, right? We don't have to, we're not going to bring a plumber. And the stage we're now is we try to find if we can just buy from the company this part, because that actually threads under here.
Right. And as you'll see, if you take a look at the original installation video, it's a proprietary connection, so you can't just go buy anybody's random replacement sprayer.
I try to remember, is it though, because we were saying that this one was not proprietary?
We were, because that's actually what I had to call on, because I wanted to make sure I didn't mess up when I installed it to the bottom of the
Okay. So I guess there is another moral of the story. If you can, buy something that does not have proprietary connections, right?
Or plan for that if you do.
Because the other one, everything was proprietary, so we couldn't fix anything on the other one failed. Now it is unusual that we had this failure so soon,
Yeah.
right? I mean that really surprised us, and I'm going to try to find a solution. If I don't find a way to communicate with this company, this is really hard. I did purchase this on Amazon. Maybe that's the third moral of the story. And I'm having a hard time finding a way to communicate with this company. So we'll see if the seller himself or herself are responsive to my inquiries, right? There is no repair we're going to show you today other than if you have something similar, you can use a clamp to temporarily allow you to use your faucet, right? I mean, we have total use of this now without any leaks. It is not the most attractive thing. Mrs. Wizard is not extremely pleased with my solution,
But we can use the sink.
but we can use the sink. So there might be another episode telling you how this came out and how we resolve it, especially if we can MacGyver something that we don't have to. What, you like that?
I did.
So we don't have to replace it again, because the idea of being under there and removing that is not really an attractive thought in my
No,
mind.
not really.
I just love it how the professional shows that show you how to do things go behind the cabinet, right? And they show from behind how you do it.
They do?
Yes,
No.
because they built it on a set, you know.
Oh.
In our case, behind the cabinet, not only there is a wall, but we will have to be in a void, you know, so it is not really a viable option to repair or anything.
Right, so there's the down behind our. Yeah.
And I want to address here a little bit some criticism that the channel has received, that we do not show, and it was not in household, but it was in one of the jug repairs, that we did not show in very detail what we were doing. And the reality is, as do-it-yourselfers, sometimes it is impossible to fix and film something. So sometimes we just have to tell you what we're doing, right? Does it make sense?
Right, and we can show you the area frequently, but we can't do the repair and film at the same time.
And usually we saw it before and after and everything, and I know it is frustrating, because if you have the same problem, you want to see every step. But understand that we're not a production company, we don't have a tiny camera that can go anywhere, we don't have that capability to show you everything. We do try to show you everything we can, and I think we do. I don't think we ever not shown something that was possible to film, even when it adds a substantial amount of time in actually filming, finishing the product, right? Mm-hmm. There are many times that we stop and we show something and then continue, which of course makes the project much longer for us. But in any case, what I will take from this, and if we ultimately have to replace this faucet, we are going to research and ensure that there are no proprietary connections, right? Because with a normal connection, we could go to Lowe's, and even if it didn't match, buy a kit, replace it, and move on with our lives, right? Mm-hmm. So, I know that this was not a very exciting video today. It is a short video, and the reason for that is because we are dealing with this problem right now.
Well, and I think that's part of what
Homesteading.
you have to show. Yeah, that's part of what you have to show. This is something that comes up. It was an early morning water explosion at the sink, and apparently wasn't a very happy one. So it's just something you have to deal with in your daily world.
And truthfully, in homesteading, not everything can be addressed immediately, right? I mean, we don't have faucets just laying around in a storage area, and then when one breaks, we just go and replace it, you know. This is the reality of doing urban homesteading and doing your house maintenance and your house repairs yourself, right? Sometimes you have to wait, and in this case we have to wait to see if I can find a replacement. That would be the ideal. Mrs. Wizard really likes this a lot, and frankly I like it too. I mean, the look of it is very good. And the water treatment, I don't know if it is visible, but you might see it if you look at the other video, how much deposits that were here before and how they are not in this, right? Mm-hmm. So we see that the water treatment has made a difference. But we hope you enjoyed this little vlog. I mean, it wasn't a repair or anything, but it was a little chit chat. And if you did, we would appreciate a thumbs up. Also, share, like, subscribe to our channel, as we are going to always honestly and openly show you everything that happens, even when we do something silly like using, no, those are not chopsticks, popsicle sticks and a vise to keep things in the homestead going for a little bit. Now, this cannot last long, because if it does, my marriage will not last long, right? I mean, you know, it's one of the other realities of homesteading.
Yes.
Yeah, realizes. I don't know what a realize is. But it has to be fixed. But you're talking a very expensive repair if you were to call a plumber here, right? Even though this is a job that most everyone can do, replacing a faucet, it is not the most pleasant job. I think you would agree.
I definitely agree.
It is a pain in the rear, and in our case, the way this was, I think we fixed that, didn't we? Didn't we have the right valves, or the valves were leaking? I don't remember. We fixed something that made the original repair.
We did. It's been a while.
The professionals always do things to save 3 cents that down the road cost the homeowner a lot of aggravation and extra cost, right? But in any case, we will update you with how we fix that and what we did, especially if I find a MacGyver way to fix it. You didn't laugh this time. We do a lot of MacGyver. We do.
We do.
A lot of MacGyver.
There's a lot of do.
A lot of MacGyver fixes, and that was an attempted one. We used the self-fusing tape, and actually, I was surprised it didn't work. But even if it did, it would still be a temporary solution, because it prevents the hose from going into its seat here, right? So Mrs. Wizard wouldn't put up with that for a long period of time anyway. But we did try to MacGyver it and failed. So this is it for today, and thank you for visiting our channel. We are going to have a build for you for the weekend. We are not going to announce it right now what it is, but we will hope you will tune in for that. And a reminder, we always post 2 videos a week, and we have done so consistently for almost 2 years now, right? So we're going to see you on Sunday, and we bid you a great week.